My name is Lauren Bailey, LB to friends. And almost 20 years ago, geez Louise, I started Factor 8. And I started this company that does frontline inside sales rep and manager training because it was the training I couldn't find when I was traveling the world launching inside sales centers for SAP. I've literally trained thousands of people in 50 or 60 countries how to sell digitally or over the phone or virtually. Hell, back then it was called telemarketing, but you get it. B2B virtual sales, BDRs, AEs, account managers, ISRs. If you're under 40, you wear a headset and your deal size is less than 1 year or $1 million. That's where we focus. And man, we've done it for a lot of companies for some pretty big results. I'm going to show you a couple just because I don't want to brag too much, but I want you to know you found a good place. We're really well known for the training that actually builds confidence on the phones, that actually gets people excited about dialing the phones, that actually gets results and sticks. And that makes me very, very proud. So Factor 8 is my baby. We serve up the training we do with Fortune 500 companies to anybody who wants it on the sales bar. And of course, my passion project is help get more women to the top in leadership and go to market. And that's Girls Club. So you can learn about all of those things, but these are some pretty sick results, folks. A 21% increase in close rates. At Sage, we got them the record number of company meetings ever, a 46% increase, right? Stage 1 to stage 2, that's conversion. Lead Venture doubled the ACV. Just saying. If you're an enablement person joining us, love you, been both, been the sales manager, the sales leader, the enablement leader. We have the best kept secret in the industry. If you're trying to decide between build and buy and you need training and development for your salespeople, because folks, everybody does. AI time, people are the difference. You got to upskill or you're going to die. You're in enablement, you got 20 or more people, you need to hit this QR code because we do something nobody else does, and that's give you the soft copies. Come back and join me next time. Factor8.com/shots. You can sign up for all of them. Every month we do it, fast and furious. I have more tips than time. I will stop at the bottom of the hour. Always free, always tip rich. Rep topics, manager topics, leader topics, research, and enablement stuff. Here we go. Get your chat ready one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a number. What percent of sellers say they hate prospecting? 100 is not an appropriate answer. You can go $1 if you remember the price is right. 85, 60. Hey, Gatto. Good answer, my friend. That's really great. Yeah, you guys have got this. It's high, folks. And I think it's only going up. But here's the good news. It's not dead, right? Buyers are saying they've actually accepted meetings after cold calls. The majority of buyers have said, yep, it worked on me. It didn't take just one. I'll show you how many in a minute. And I like this one a lot. The reason we do it is getting out there first because it makes a difference. The vast majority of buyers go with the person who was the first. And let's not forget to add value because if you're just the first to sell it, then it's not going to work. And we're going to talk a lot about that. Here we go. Shot number 1. The goal of prospecting outreach is, I want one word in chat. What's the goal? There's no wrong answer. Actually, there's a lot of really bad answers. I'll give you my answer, but let's have some fun here today. It's an intro. It's a connection. It's a sale. It's a response. It's qualification. I love this. Set a meeting. Ooh, get the next meeting. You guys have a ton of really good answers here. And I like where you're going. I'm going to disagree that it's not a sale. Your ultimate goal is a sale. All right. But way too many of us are approaching this cold call with these great big giant expectations. I'm going to make my quota on the next call. It's total bull. It doesn't happen that way. The goal is a conversation. That's it. That's it. Okay. I want you to think of it like baseball. The conversation is first base. Y'all know this guy, right? My buddy, Billy Beane. Hang on, ladies. Natty, know this guy? Billy Beane. Brad Pitt played him in the movie, right? It was about how we got the A's to the playoffs with a teeny tiny budget, not because of pitchers or hitters or big name guys, but because he looked at statistically who got on first. Leaders. Are we buying closers or are we looking for people who get the conversation? You can't get home if you can't get on first. If baseball is foreign to you, I get it. This will work. You can't get home if you can't get on first. So just take it one step at a time and let's focus our efforts on getting as many leads as possible on first base. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a numbers game. If you're not calling from a list, get a list, buy a list, spend your weekend building the list. This shouldn't be a hodgepodge effort. I want to see you every day for 1 hour with a giant list making outbound calls. Okay? You're going to get a couple on first when you do it at volume. But let's talk about how to do it well, because that's what we're known for around here, right? Helping you do it well and easier. If the goal is the conversation and not the sale and not the credibility and not all the other parts of the sales process, then it's not the time to be selling. Okay? It means no value props in your prospecting outreach. No customer references. No, I've worked with 37 people in your industry and they all say we're the best. No, I'm calling to introduce myself. No deep discovery questions. No one's going to respond to you. Why? Because you come off like a pushy sales rep and nobody likes being sold to, right? Nobody likes it. These words in the word cloud were given by salespeople. Nobody likes this reputation, all right? So, you ready? I'm going to drop a big one on you here. The number one way to get someone to respond, this is huge. Are you ready? Make it fast. It's fast to read, fast to respond, fast to understand, right? It's fast to think of an answer. You ready for number 2? I'll give you 2 seconds to guess it in chat. Somebody's going to get it. It's the beautiful duo. It's got to be fast and easy. K Chico, internet high five. Boom. Yeah. Fast and easy. Easy to read, easy to respond. Fast and easy. We're all busy dudes, right? Don't send me some long falutin thing. I can't tell you how often I just delete it. If I can't scan it and know exactly what to do in under 2 seconds, it's gone. And I get dopamine hits from that. Y'all, the younger generation, you get it from likes. I get it from deleting it out of my box, and it makes me so happy. All right, this was research LinkedIn did. Shorter is better. 150 words is the perfect amount for an in-mail message. If your message is under 400 words, there's a 22% chance that you'll get a reply, a 22% higher response. So just keep it short, all right? Here we go. Shot number 2, just do it. Get on the phones. We did research. We used to do t-shirts. Anybody out there, an old-time Factor 8 client and friend of Factor 8 who's got one of the relics, the Get on the Phones t-shirts? Oh, let me know if you have it. We need to bring those back, Amy. All right. We did research last quarter. Amy just did this amazing thing. Hundreds of reps, managers, and leaders told us their secrets. And here's what the rep said. 66% of us would rather write email, LinkedIn, text. But only a third of us admit that that actually works. So, I mean, it's right there in the proof, right? 2/3 want to do it, 1/3 says it works. The vast majority, over 53%, say the phone closes most. This is not where we're spending our time, but it's what works. And it's getting lower and lower and lower every single year. It's the number one thing that leaders complain about when I get out to talk to them. LB, I can't get them to pick up the phones. Folks, that's a differentiator. So how do you get them on the phone? Hi, Sonia. How do you do it? A lot of different ways, and it's a whole different webinar, sister. But you can do it. And one of the best ways is increasing confidence. Okay? Some of these tips and tricks, we go out and do them. We double and triple talk time because people aren't afraid of it anymore. We gamify it. We make it fun. Okay? And we do that not by focusing on the win, but by focusing on the connection. And folks, in this AI year that will change faster than any other year in history, I'm not kidding, right? It's a rate of change that we haven't seen since we stopped driving horses to work. This will be the differentiator in a very big way. So if we can get our people on the phones and we can get them sounding good and we can come off with confidence and personality, That's rare these days. Okay. I can't get somebody at a service establishment to get off their phone, look at me, and interact. And I'm standing in front of them. So make this your differentiator. It makes a really big difference. Bonus chaser. The range is 1 to 10% here. It's the average response for a cold call. This is why you don't do it every once in a while. All right. You make 100 dials and you get really happy when you get 5 people to answer. Wow. Or 5 people to call you back. It's hard to get a hold of decision makers. All right. Take a look here. This has doubled in the last 10 years. You're going to get a hold of less than 25% if you only try twice. If you want to get over 90%, you may call up to 12 times. But here's the sad news. Here we go. 80% of sales are made after 5 to 12 contacts, but over 50% of reps give up after 1 call. 70% give up after 2. So if you pick up the phone and try 3 times, you're already heads and shoulders above your competition. This is why now is the time to love prospecting. Okay, I'm going to help make this easy for you. I'm going to give you scripts for outbound, scripts for voicemails. I'm going to give you access to the training that, like I said, has gotten those results. It really, really does work. Quick tips for you, best times to call. All right, the next thing I want you to do, sales shot number 3. Have you ever tried to get a hold of a decision maker and left 10 messages, tried for days after days after, and then found out he just wasn't even there anymore? Total waste of your time. It happens. People are extremely mobile. You can buy the data. It's only going to be at best 75% correct. So I invite you to qualify your list. You've got to get good at this. AI will replace it eventually, but these are skills you need and they build confidence. Get your list and then sort it by how much money it's worth to you. And that means something different for everybody. If you're paid on growth, if you're paid on profit, if you're paid, right? So know what your ICP is based on your commission check and then qualify it. A's have all of it. You think B's have some of it, right? C's have less. And you can do that quickly. And that's the key, folks. The reason it's a key is that you don't have to talk the decision maker to get it. Think of the 3 characteristics of the accounts that make you the most money and convert them into 3 questions that anybody can answer. So don't waste time trying to get the hold of the head of IT or the CEO. Call the sales department who will pick up their phone and ask them these questions. It looks like this. So I did this for a company that sells disc assessments. Pretty simple. You can get almost anybody to answer 3 questions for you. That sales rep answers the question and they say, oh, there's only 3 of us here. No, we're actually laying people off. And no, I got the job because my brother hired me. Is this an A lead for somebody selling disc assessments, right? No, they want 200 employees. They want people that are hiring. They want people who buy into this stuff. By the way, we don't have time for it right now, but while you've got this person on the phone, we'd like to teach you then how to go get that DM's contact information. Get other DMs, get their titles, get some information, get direct dials. We have so much fun doing this. We literally teach the class, then go make the calls and come back with hundreds of people that were not in our database before, given to us directly from employees in their company. That's good info, man. Now you're ready to call the decision maker and you know what it's worth to you. You're not wasting time on that crappy one. When you know your A's, you get a lot more excited about dialing them. And you will dial them 12 times and always leave a message. Always. I know, nobody calls you back. I barely even listen to voicemails anymore. I usually read them. But guess what? If you don't leave a message, you know how it takes anywhere between 6 and I've heard stats up to 60 touches to get somebody to buy, right? That buyer awareness. When you're calling and not leaving a voicemail, it's like buying a billboard and leaving it blank. Okay? Let's talk about a good voicemail. Listen, it's not just about getting them to call you back. 1 in 10 will. Our training usually doubles or triples it. Those are free conversations, folks. Okay? That alone pays for the price of the training, by the way. So, like, let's all quit trying to get better on our own. Let's do something that works and invest in our people to do it, right? It pays off. But here is what gets callbacks: very short, very friendly. That means confident. And use one of these four: urgency, mystery, lever, or value. Here's what it looks like. Okay. You can get examples of these scripts, feedback, etc. in our training online. We're going to give you links to all of that. Here's some examples, right? Which one would you call back? A or B? Folks, nobody ever bought anything over voicemail. Quit leaving sales messages. This is mystery, a little bit of urgency. I don't know who this is. I might call back. That's all you're looking for: conversation. Truth. Shameless plug. I think I have free scripts at this QR code. I may have forgotten. Grab it and see. But I'm telling you, we triple the number of voicemails you get returned. If you get one returned a day, that's 5 free conversations in a week. Extra shot. You can't mention your 12 other calls. You can't get pissed off that they haven't called you back yet. It's LB again. No, it's the game. All right. I'm sorry that it's the game, but there are people I've worked with and known for a decade. I give them a call, they don't call me back. It's the game. I call 3 more times, they find the answer. I pretend that I'm not pissed off. It's how it works. And I got to tell you, I've got one for you on the other side. Sonia, I know you just started in my girls club crew. There was a girls clubber about 2 years ago who sold something that we could have used. And way to go, she came and asked me about it and like pitched me, right? And I said, yeah, I'll take that call. Give me a call. She called once and she never called again. And I thought, it's really sad that Kelly didn't want it bad enough. This is somebody I know and love. Okay. This is the game. Call often. Leave a voicemail. Pretend it doesn't piss you off when they finally call you back or you get a hold of them. All right. Shot number 5. Let's not think about tomorrow so much. The key to anybody who is ever doing shots. I want you to prepare just a little less, folks. Don't get stuck in LinkedIn for hours. You get 1 hour to prepare your list of 50. I'll show you how to group them in a second. Because remember, this is your goal, man. All you want to do is get them into a meeting. This is the best case scenario. You have the meeting in the call. The likely case, no one's going to answer and you get voicemail. So don't spend 10 minutes getting ready for every lead. The key is speed. What do you really need? Well, you need your goal. We already know that. I want to get you in a discovery meeting. You need a great intro so they don't hang up on you right away. I'm going to cover as much of that as I can before we go. Okay? What do you really need? Do you need a case study? Do you need to be ready with your value prop and the right pricing and how you beat the competition? You don't need any of that, folks. You're lucky if you get a hold of anybody at all. You with me? All right. So you can group your research. Anybody ever done a shot ski? If you are, I know you're from the Midwest. There's Midwesterners who do a shot ski, by the way. So give me a yes if you've done that. What do you need to research, right? Individual versus group. Your goal, line them up all at the same time. What about your qualify questions? What questions you have ready for your explore? You can do that the whole group. The voicemail can be the same for the whole group. The intro can be the same for the whole group. Your individual rapport builder, which basically I pull up while it's dialing. Boom, done. Research, done. That means you want to research and group together. Okay, here are some different ways you can group leads so that you can do blasts out of 50 at a time. Joanne! I didn't know that Canadians did shot skis. I love that. All right, so you can group by CRM history, a trigger event, like you were at, the fair together, you were at a conference together. You were all affected by blah, blah, blah research trend or something happening in the industry. You can group by demographics, right? I'm going to call VPs of sales in Ontario. You could group by offer. Oh, this offer is going to be really important to XYZ K through 8 schools in, the Southeast region. There's a location again. A lot of people are starting to do it now by social connection. So, some people have way too many connections and don't know who they're connected to. But you could do like, hey, friends of Joanne's, right? I work with Joanne. We've gotten her these great results. So get creative here and get a group of 50 for an outbound blast. Okay. Don't go crazy on the research. The key is speed. So what does that look like on a day-to-day basis? If you're not used to doing a lot of prospecting, we promised you to look at what a great schedule would be. And I've put it here in order. You're going to start the day returning money messages. We've got a class called Own Your Day that helps teach you what to do first, second, third, and fourth. Joanne, by the way, I loved hearing the stories. There was one of your managers who said, oh my God, it changed my life. And I stopped working on the weekends, and I want her name. Money messages are not customer issues, right? They are, I'm ready to buy. Always prioritize what's going to make you money. Okay. You return those, boom, you get straight to your outbound prospecting, get it done. Then you go in and do all your CRM updates. You do your deal management. Ooh, I need to follow up with. Here's my tasks. I got to get the quote to, right? Now you're doing follow-up calls and emails and those CRM updates. Didn't happen if it's not in CRM. Now I want you to do your outbound via email. While you're in there, do the rest of your email replies. Stop replying to email every 10 minutes. I do it twice a day. It's the only way I get everything done. Then before you leave, you prep tomorrow's prospecting. Easy way to organize the day. If you don't have a day plan already, take a picture of this because I'm moving on in 3, 2, 1. Got 6 minutes left. Oh, I got way too much to cover, but this one is our most famous skill, our most famous class. I'm pretty sure ChatGPT knows it by now and can help you build one. This is awesome. The Swift intro is what you do instead of, hi, I'm calling to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm with the world's leading provider of inside sales skills that build phone confidence. Sales pitch. Okay. The Swift intro asks, so what's in it for them? And it uses brain science. It's called instinctive elaboration. Ooh, easy for me to say. It's a scientific fact. You hack your listeners' brains. They are busy doing email. And then you ask them this Swift intro question. You hack their brain into getting into a conversation with you. And that's the goal, folks. Okay. So I'm going to show you a couple good intros under 10 seconds. The goal is to get them talking. First base. Who are you? What do you want? And why the hell should I care? That's what we're answering. Okay. World famous examples. People care about money, right? Ear perk. Bob, Lauren with Factor 8. The goal of my goal is to see if we can save you about $8,000 this month. Is your team hybrid or remote? That's it. That's simple. I promise you, your first 12 times you will overcomplicate it. It takes a lot of practice to get this. And when you do, people stay on the phone. Okay. We use a Swift 6 ear perk. These are the things that business people value. As long as your ear perk statement relates to one of these, you kind of pick them up by the ear. I'm doing email. You've said my name. You've told me I'm going to make money or save time. You're going to make my life easier. My favorite one. And then you've asked me a question that hacks my brain into coming up with an answer. I'll prove it to you. How old are you? Now, half of you aren't even paying attention to me, but there's a number in your head, and that means it's halfway out your mouth. All right? It works. So which is better? Type it in for me so I don't lose you here in my last couple minutes. A or B? Oh, good. Amy, thanks for putting that class in there. Boom. Oh, you all are so smart. We've got the smartest followers, Amy. This is awesome. Yeah, of course, you guys. Of course. I'm going to go past this so that I can teach you the last part. The Swift question is the key here. That's the instinctive elaboration. The Swift question is not an open question. It's not a discovery question. It's also not something super obvious on LinkedIn. It's short, it's rote answer, it's yes, no, it's a number, it's one-word answers, okay? Because when you're calling someone and they don't want to be talking to you, same for email, and you lead with the whole, what's your biggest challenge? my thought at the time is it's getting you off the phone, buddy, because I don't want to talk to you. So make it something I can't help but answer instead. Rote answer, because you know what? Now I'm in a conversation with you. Extra shot, start with their name. Amy, hey, LB from Factor 8. I'm calling to see if I can make your life a little bit easier. Are you still running sales? That's your intro. Here's the bonus chaser on this. After you ask about 3 questions, and by the way, the best Swift questions are usually your qualified questions. You guys have over 100 reps there, right? You know what you need to ask. Those 3 qualified questions, ask them. About 3. When you're really good, 4 or 5. That takes a lot of personality and speed, okay? Even if it's just 1, what happens next is I say, I'm sorry, who are you with again? And that's when you lay on your value prop, folks, okay? Not at the beginning, because now they're actually listening. By the way, end your value prop with a question as well. You're still in the conversation. They will try to blow you off. We got a class for that too. By the way, when you use a Swift email, right, which is short, easy to answer, asks a question, your reply rate will go up. There are examples for you. That's simple. If you've got a value prop in your email, not going to work. Here's one, like, think of it this way, personality, not pitches. This is clearly from a person. I'm making fun of myself a little bit. I think I copied and pasted this one exactly that I've used, because the idea here is engage and then sell. Stop selling right away. Okay, so here's a last look at a list of don'ts. And then I'm going to invite you to save 20% to get this prospecting training for your team. So when we work with big companies like Joe's, my Factor 8 advisors use the sales bar training plus workshops, right? We come in, we coach it, we do live calls, we give feedback, we do train the trainer. Like, we make it happen in the moment. But you can get access to the exact same training without my expensive trainers on the sales bar. Whoops, mirrored. Okay. Inexpensive, award-winning, you got nothing to lose except 20% off. And if you're in enablement and you want to bring curriculum in-house, scan this code. You'll thank me for it. We're the only company that does this so that you can have our best kept secret. If you liked this, hang out with us some more, folks. This is my LinkedIn. Follow Factor 8. Follow me. We are constantly giving away free tips and tricks. We love helping salespeople be successful and move up in their careers from entry-level rep all the way through sales director. Nothing makes me happier. Thank you for joining me here. I'll hang out for 10 seconds. If you've got questions you want to put into chat, I hope to see you next month. Appreciate it. Bye, everybody.